FaZe Clan is a company that just seems to be spiraling into the abyss as of late. Me growing up, I can't really say I was like an avid FaZe fan. I think my closest interaction with the entire community was ironically using their logo in my MLG videos back in like 2016. The reason why I didn't get involved in that scene is because that's more like the LA sphere of YouTube and it is full of incredibly seedy people. I instead just watch PewDiePie and Markiplier. I didn't watch Jacksepticeye though. But yeah, my only real interaction of them was ironically using their logo and then probably spamming mom get the camera straight after. And this is still something I do to this day because when I boot up Rainbow Six Siege, half my guns have the FaZe Clan logo charm and then the other half have the Pickle Rick charm. Now people like Critical and Ludwig, they have done numerous videos on FaZe. Again, I haven't really touched on it because I'm not really too well informed. Honestly, the biggest drama that I can think of that happened in FaZe Clan was when FaZe Banks fell off a table at a party, exposing his bald spot in front of millions of people. But at the minute, FaZe Clan seems to be suffering from a problem that a lot of companies face, and that is expanding to the point that you become too bloated with too many employees that don't really do anything, and also you go just completely corporate. For example, there was a member, FaZe Tico, and he was basically talking about how shares weren't fairly distributed, how real OG members that have been with FaZe for a while were getting pennies compared to some random celebrity that they'd sign up.
Someone else can come in as late as last year who's not from this industry, never lifted a finger for FaZe, probably didn't even know what FaZe was, and get 3 times the amount of shares that I have and a monthly or annually salary that's more money than I've ever been paid from FaZe by a mongful. In all of these years, we always hear talent first, talent first. Talent is the most important thing. No, we're not. You've always showed us otherwise. You've always showed us that these recruits that you make, the celebrities who get more, like Snoop Dogg and his son has more money and more shares than a lot of FaZe members who were here from fucking day one.
The thing is, I empathize with Tico. I totally understand. It really sucks. You've been with an org for years, building up your rep, building up your skill, and then you just get some celebrity pull down their pants, do a little meat spin for 30 seconds, and they'll probably get 10 times the amount of money in a single setting than you ever would in your entire career. The problem is, though, this scenario isn't exclusive with FaZe. It's pretty much any company you can think of. Because unfortunately, celebrities will always get a quick upfront payment compared to people that, built the foundations of the company. Now, I'd like to put in your head a hypothetical scenario. Let's say we have a god gamer and his name is XX underscore... His name is XX_Slayer_XX, and he's replaced like the E in Slayer with the number 3 because he still plays Xbox and mentally he's stuck in 2010. Now, he could be signed up to an org and get a lot of money, but then Dwayne Johnson is also approached by the org. Which one do you think is going to get a more upfront payment? You've got to ask yourself, which transaction immediately has more conversions? Which one immediately gets another influx of another creator's audience? You see, the problem is no one knows XX_Slayer. It's those people that had like XX under their name, man. That it was so bad. It was everywhere on Xbox. The problem is XX_Slayer_XX. No one knows who he is. Everyone knows who The Rock is, so they would immediately sign them up, even though he might not have any gaming skill whatsoever. But don't worry, we'll call him a content creator, not a pro gamer. Another prime example, which I'm sure you've seen every YouTuber talk about, is the FaZe Clan stock. It is spiraling more than the main character did in the Dark Souls 2 intro. Now, if you look at the stocks initially, it doesn't seem too bad. The past day, even the past month, it's been in the green. But then you look at the past 5 to 6 months, and then the past year, or God forbid, the past 5 years. Okay, this is how bad it's got, right? Their stock has tanked so much that the NASDAQ gave them a notice of delisting. If you don't know what the NASDAQ is, it's a stock exchange in New York. It's actually the second biggest stock exchange in the world, only beaten by the actual New York Stock Exchange. TLDR, if that was like too many words for you, it's the thing Walter White says in Breaking Bad. Laugh now.
A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Also, recently they made another controversial choice to hire a Stranger Things actress called Grace Van Dien. I nearly said Grace Vanderlyn. I got a plan, Joan. Joan, I got a plan, Joan. I just need time, Joan. I just need time.
Dutch, we don't have any more time, Dutch. Dutch, the Faze clan stocks have gone through the fucking floor, Dutch.
I should be a voice actor. I really should. Like, I'm amazing. Now, Grace Vanderlyn, I'm just going to call her that. I'm sorry. Like, Red Dead 2 is rent-free in my brain at the minute. She was an actress in Stranger Things. It was more like a cameo because she appeared in a single episode, and at the end of that episode, she was killed by the monster. She was basically just bait to kind of show off, like, the monster's powers. But now, she's part of Faze, which is great. You know, women. I love women. Inclusivity. Women in the workplace. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is, they did mention earlier about signing on women and being more inclusive, having more women on Faze, and then they went with a Stranger Things actress instead of, you know, other women that had applied who had been actually competent at video games. Now, I'm not saying that Grace Vanderlyn is bad at video games at any point, but it really does feel like Faze are just going down the route of trying to hire people that are, you know, kind of mainstream or have been in mainstream media as opposed to actual gamers. And to make this entire debacle like even more childish, the OGs, which were like the founding people in Faze, but they kind of like split off from Faze, so they're not involved with the company, but they still kind of orbit the company. It's very, there is some deep lore here. You've probably got an easier chance trying to connect the Final Fantasy games. They actually replied to the Faze Clan Twitter account with a meme picture of all of them just laughing at Grace Vanderlyn. Now, it's really weird you've got Faze members laughing at Faze Clan, even though they're not with the org anymore, but some of them still have Faze in their name, I guess because that's, you know, how they came to be. It's just a really bizarre friendly fire incident. It's like when you one-tap your mate in Left 4 Dead in expert mode. Video game reference. But I think I'm having a mental breakdown. This could be my final video. Okay, I'm going to title it my final video. I think I did that before though, so I could do it again. Now, Faze Rain, who is one of the founding members of Faze Clan, his real name is Norton Shat. Very unfortunate surname there. Jesus Christ. He's basically dedicated his 5 million subscriber YouTube channel to just shitting on Faze Clan at any chance he gets. Again, the surname, it's not very good. A year ago, he uploaded a video exposing Faze Clan, which honestly, I could just go through the video, but it is one of the most pointless, ambiguous videos I've ever watched. It's basically the equivalent of when you start a video game and then you just pick the wrong language on accident.
There's just so much that I want to tell y'all, man. There's so much, and I will go detail for detail. I'm gonna break it the fuck down. From the second I joined Faze, I'm gonna break down how everything went. Ask anybody also that knows me, ask them about my memory. Really ask them about my memory. They might try to discredit me now, but they know that I remember everything. I can't help it. I can't help I'm built this way. I can't help that God made me this way. I will never fold. I will never be like you. I will never take a check. And it's so sad some of y'all are taking checks and deals and you're shutting your fucking mouth, even though you know this is fucked up and it's a lot less than what the fuck I already have. It's sad to me. It's like, no way I'm willing to give up more. Don't act like I'm still the old Faze. I'm still living off Fat Faze Rain's money, okay?
Honestly, it's so hard to explain what he's even talking about. He's speaking moon runes, and then he's grabbing the camera every 5 seconds, like Heath Ledger's Joker when he's making that threat to Batman, saying, unmask yourself and turn yourself into the police, or every day someone's gonna die. I'm a man of my word. So that's a quick snippet. I did go through the entire video, so you don't have to. I do think some of the OGs that founded Faze, they've just been doing nothing but like huffing G Fuel, because they all speak like Far Cry 2 characters. They speak like 300 words a minute. It's actually insane. But basically, he goes on to confirm that pretty much what everyone was speculating, that Faze, the corpos, the big suits that are behind the scenes that you don't really see, the manager types, they don't even really care about who they hire for Faze. They more just want to hire cool looking people or like people in the mainstream, and they'll pay millions for it. Also, I think another fat L that Faze Clan took was getting into stocks in general. Critical made a really good point in his video about it. But, like, yeah, to make an esports team successful and branch out that much, it's really hard to do so. You have to rely on sponsors. And obviously, if sponsors don't have the budget, they find other places to, you know, get a better return, you're kind of screwed. Even going onto the Faze Clan website, right, and looking at the members, you've got Little Yachty. Like, why the fuck do you have him on there? I like how he's marked as a pro player as well, but just a content creator. You've got Snoop Dogg on there as well, and he could be a god gamer for all I know, but honestly, from my experience, the most viral clip I've seen of him is when he left his stream on for 8 hours on accident.
Hit your bitch if I have to, you know why. Am I still streaming? I would hope not.
And then if you go onto the Faze Clan website page for Snoop Dogg, it's 404. They've removed it, so that doesn't look too great. But yeah, overall, it's just kind of embarrassing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is so sad, guys. We've lost a piece of history. I didn't really care about Faze that much. It really did not bother me. I've just got an example here, right? How little I care about Faze Clan. This is my only interaction I've had with them. Just complete dog shit MLG videos where I over... It's fucking horrible, man. Like this, I actually thought this shit was funny when I was like 17. You got the Faze logo up. I think you've got Elgato somewhere there as well. I that's probably why Elgato won't sponsor me, to be honest. But yeah, overall the situation, it's pretty sad. I cry every time, but like to act like I care, I really don't. It's just more slot for the trough. Eat up, piggies! I do want to say as well, this is completely off topic to the video, but a lot of you have been asking me about Cruelty Squad, the new main channel video. I am going to mention this in stream later on today. I did say the video is going to come out in May. Unfortunately, it's not. I know everyone on the Parasitical subreddit is now rejoicing that they basically called it. The problem is I've had with that project at the minute, it was done, it was ready to go out, and then one of my editors, their fucking HDD completely corrupted, so we've lost about, I think about 40 minutes worth of work, but I have hired like more editors to kind of like, you know, recuperate losses. So the video is, you know, still being made right now. We're looking at probably a release date of the 1st or 2nd week of June at latest. So it will definitely be out next month. And if it doesn't, I'll delete my YouTube channel. There you go. There you go. I'll happily delete. You know what? Actually, no. Okay. If Cruelty Squad does not come out in June, if it doesn't, I will delete Pyro Live. There you go. And that's the compromise I'll make, boys. That is the compromise I'll make. So then I'll have to focus on the main channel. There you go.